we go.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Chevy John don't come for you? Tell me what you wanna do, what you gonna do.
Florida man standing in his sunroof while driving his Cadillac down I-40.
What you gonna do, what you gonna do when they come for you? Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, and I'm so glad you guys are here to join me for the Welcome to Florida show from over there on YouTube and over there on X. And yes, I know, let's state the obvious. Your girl is not on screen, and that is because two reasons. One is due to MEGACON, but mainly because allergy season is really bad for me right now. And although going outside my air-conditioned house was dangerous, I did it anyway. So now I'm kind of paying for it. So I've got red, itchy eyes, itchy skin, but you know, I've already got the lovely cortisone cream, Benadryl cream, whatever it is you want to call it. I've got some hot chocolate here with me. Got a new filter, new air conditioned filter, and I'm going to pop some Benadryl tonight. So I'm going to be sleeping really good and can wake up when I can breathe. But there is no way that I was going to miss this show, so I can let you guys know my review of MEGACON and what happened at MEGACON. MEGACON officially wrapped up at 5 p.m. today with a PA announcement that basically you don't have to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. So let's see who we have in the chat before we get started. Of course, feel free to ask questions about the cons. Let's see who we've got. And I do believe Culture is traveling. That's why I don't have him on the show right here. So safe travels to Culture. Snortapubis Q Bird says, hello, humans and other critters. Well, hello to you, my dear. The polar bear from Pinellas County. I was thinking about you while I was yelling at all the people clogging up that whole area of I Drive with the cars around the convention center. I was angry, Reina Creole, yelling at folks. But anyway, Canadian Spider-Man is here. Hey and hello there, Lorena Creole. Well, hey there, hi there, ho there, hello. Good to see you. And we have got Retro Nerd Girl in the chat, and I'm sure she had an amazing, amazing watch party last night for, I believe it was Alien, right? Was it Alien? Okay, well, if you missed it, you got to go back and watch it. We're the Saturday night movie chicks, where there's a watch party on her channel at 4 p.m. Eastern, and then a watch party on my channel, 8 p.m. Eastern. And next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be watching Action Jackson from 1988, starring, of course, Carl Weathers and Vanity. And since we lost Carl Weathers recently, now's a good time to go and check that movie out. We got DJ Knight in the chat. It says, hey, hi guys. And I see Tom F, who says, hey. Had a great time meeting up again with Tom and his lovely wife. And it's Florentin. I have to throw my French in there because it is a French name. He also met us down there too. So we had a great time hanging out and having some wonderful, wonderful handcrafted donuts from Everglades Donuts in Disney Springs, right across from Splitsville. And I had a lot of fun when Tom realized that the maple bacon donut was actually real. Oh, so I was glad seeing you guys. Had such a great time. I will have another channel meetup before the weather gets hot. So Stay tuned for that. Let's see who else we got. Goof435 here in the chat. Good to see you, my dear. We have got Keely Chow who says, hey, everybody. Well, hey, hello, and roll tide, of course. Terry Rose says, hello, friends. Well, hello, Terry Rose. So glad to see you. And thank you so very much, Scott Westbrook, for gifting those 5 Reina Creole memberships. Oh, gosh, I got to hit you with this.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss, my wife. Baby, my heart's on fire.
Thank you so much for those 5 Reina Creole memberships. Folks, if you got gifted a membership from Scott Westbrook, please do tell him thank you for being so generous. He supports so many of us out here in this part of the interwebs. And channel members, the film that we will be watching this month is that special documentary about Christopher Reeve as Superman. We are going to be watching that all together. So stay tuned for the day and date announcement for that. Only thing you need as a channel member is, hey, you just need the StreamYard viewing link, which I will put as a separate post in the community tab. So thanks once again, Scott, for gifting those memberships. Dude, you were definitely missed as a channel meetup. So hopefully you can make it next time. Let's see who else do we have here in the chat. We have got, let's see, I said hello, Terry Rose. I better have said, hey, Terry Rose. Good seeing you, honey. And Fallout Davis here. Hey, how you doing? Good seeing you. Pop Culture Archivist is here who says, Reina Creole, hello. I see you waving there. Good seeing you. And we have Dylan Soup in the chat. Says, hey, Lorena, sup, chat. Good to see you. An awesome avatar, as always. And yes, Jed Reverend Wolf, okay. Yeah, you're in the right stream. No worries. I know I throw several up during the week because I kind of like to schedule my streams out, so you can kind of see what's up, what's coming up, and you can plan accordingly. Let's see. Is there anything big happening tonight? Why did I feel there's something else happening? LOL. Yeah, there's let's see, the Bowl of Super that is going on. It is America's version of the World Cup. I know there's something called the World Cup that has to deal with what Europeans call football, but it's actually soccer. We're going to call it soccer. But either way, Super Bowl is happening. I have not kept up with the score. You've got Philadelphia playing who? Was it that? Oh my gosh, who are they playing? Shows you how much I can't even remember who the heck it is that they're playing. But even though I'm born and raised in Philadelphia, I really don't care. Really don't. They are not my team. They are not my team. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are my team, so I'm heartbroken. So, once they got kicked out of the playoffs, I didn't give a crap. So, yeah, that's it. Who else? Who is Philly playing? I totally forget who they're playing. 24-0 Eagles. Freedom Birds versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, okay. Well, you have to wait to see how the rest of the game shows up because Philly's already hyped because all of the churches start preaching that message about, ascend upon wings like eagles. Yeah, they do that. So we shall see. I don't, I really, like I said, Tampa Bay isn't in the Super Bowl, so I don't really care, which is a shame because I freaking love football, but the No Fun League killed it. Let's see who else we got here in the chat. We have got trouble staying awake. Oh, snort a poopus. Oh, it's okay, my dear. It's okay if you fall asleep during the stream. It's all right. Hey, Thanatos, Felicitas, good to see you. Good to see you. We got Chef Nation saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly, baby, 17-0." Yeah, I just want to say, props to the Philly police who are going to have to deal with a whole lot of a-holes, which happens whether Philly wins or loses. There's going to be some semblance of property damage. I I don't get it, but let's just say Philly seems to have that problem. The surrounding suburbs are like, no, you ain't bringing that crazy here. I am not here. I'm everywhere. I am pollen. LOL. Yes, I had to wash my car. Oh my gosh, it's a mess, and I'm like the most allergic person on planet. But I had to get the MegaCon so I can report back for you guys. Hey, freaking punks! Says, hey, chat. Reina Creole. Oh, Canada. That's all I know. That is all I know. 24 Eagles, almost halftime. Okay, okay. Ben Dowdy, hello, 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 hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. This is hi, folks. Jed Revan Wolf, we know the Chiefs are going to do this big and come back and win. LOL. Okay, true story. I never get excited about the Eagles winning the Super Bowl until they actually win the Super Bowl because, yeah, Philly had a reputation of, hey, they're up by so and so and whatever. And then, you go out to the Wawa to get something and come back and find out that they lost, right? And the last time that they won the Super Bowl, Philly won the Super Bowl, that was when I still lived in Philly area. And I worked in downtown Philly. When they actually won, I went to sleep because I was just like, I don't know, they're probably going to wind up losing again. So, whatever. Color how surprised I was to wake up in the morning and find out that they had actually won the darn Super Bowl. And I actually got to see the Super Bowl parade in Center City. So yeah. But like I said, that was something else. Irony that Spaceballs clip is that we are now getting an alien reference in Star Wars with the Mando movie. Yeah, true. True. Did you see they're bringing Luke Skywalker back, or should I say Luke Skywalker and drag to Galaxy's Edge over in Disneyland? But I believe it's only during the special Disneyland Nights event or something like that. Yeah, they're not bringing it to Florida right now, but yeah. Suffice it to say, Disney realized they effed up, but they're not going to admit that. Deborah Rife Radas is cool. Well, hello, hello, hello. Scott says, I sure wanted to be there. Well, we'll have another meetup, Scott, probably in April or so. Definitely before May, because that's when the weather's going to start to get nasty hot again. Hey, Brogu, good to see you. Says, hey, Lorena, what you doing? Try not to let these allergies kick my behind. Let's put it that way. Good seeing you. Gary Banjo Sandwich Worthington says, my bowl runneth over. Today, there were so many panels I went to today that had Brits on them that it was so fun. I just had the best time. Out of all the countries I've been to in Europe, the UK is number one. I love visiting the UK. Y'all food, not so much. Italy's kind of got y'all beat, but hey, my ancestors came over from the UK, came over to the US, and helped develop that Southern cuisine that we all love so much. See, Security Deb, hello. Love that avatar. Says good evening, Lorena. Okay, look, good evening, Lorena, and the rest of the chat. Well, so good to see you, my dear. So good to see you. Dorney Park and Worlds of Fun from Kansas City are having a friendly beef right now. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's nice having that bet. Usually, like the mayors of both the cities would have like a friendly bet, so to speak. Every time I think of the Kansas City Chiefs, I think of who was it? Didn't Grizz? No. That wasn't the Kansas City Chiefs. That was that was a hockey. That was a hockey team. The birds are dumping on Pat. Trump is at the Super Bowl. Chris Jones shook his hand. Yeah, I know Trump was going to go. Oh, the Super Bowl is being held in New Orleans. New Orleans, um, the yeet capital of the U.S. You could not pay me to be anywhere near the French Quarter tonight. I'm just saying, between the traffic and the smell, no. Leave it to the French to settle a city, to found a city on a river under sea, below sea level, bounded by a huge ass lake. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Jan Moreau says, I'm glad I'm not in the ball sports. They have way too many rules. I have a superficial reason for watching the Super Bowl. Bunch of very, very physically fit men. That's my reason. All right, let's see. Hey, Release of McCracken says Lucas Skywalker. They trying to throw one over on us. Said there's no one worse. There's no worse fan base in sports than the Eagles. You know what? I gotta agree with you on that one. When the Eagles, pretty much in Philly in general, if any Philly team wins something, it's like I don't know. I don't know what it is with Philly. Through snowballs at Santa Claus, they're just the worst. I love the Raiders because their fan base is just crazy. Oh my gosh, I love the Raiders fans. I do. I think if Philly had nice weather, they would be. I think Philly suffers from an inferiority complex because I mean, you got New York, you got the Jets, the New York Giants, even though the Giants play in New Jersey. Just saying. Just saying. There's no way they're going to let the Eagles win. The Chiefs are going to have this miraculous comeback and say they're the best team of all time. I'm hoping that the Chiefs do win, honestly. I really do. Lorena, whoever wins the Super Bowl, will they do a parade at Magic Kingdom tomorrow? I think so. I think they still do that. Although if it's Philadelphia, Disney might want to rethink that. Let's see. Oh, it's halftime chat. Okay. No matter who wins. Yes, that's exactly what I said, Keely Chow. Big Time Myrtle Beach says, hi, Lorena. I hope you had a great time this weekend. Well, I certainly did. Certainly did. I guess I'll say yes and no because of what happened with my allergies and everything. But it's all good. It's all good. And let's see. Don't talk bad about our French people. New Orleans is below sea level, but at least they gave us gumbo, seafood gumbo at that. Yes, we all came together to do that. We all came together to do that. All right, my dear. Well, let's see. Let's get to talking about MegaCon. 120 of you guys in here watching between YouTube and X. Thank you so very much. So let's see. MegaCon. So I did all 4 days. at MegaCon. And what else did I do? Oh yeah, I had the ultimate. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up pictures at the same time. So I had the ultimate pass, which worked out really well. It's you get like a where did my movies go? Okay, for a minute I thought I lost my movies. So with the with the oh god, I forget the freaking name what it was, what I said. Oh yeah, with the ultimate pass, you got like a a room to like crash in, so to speak, away from people to kind of get some water, grab a table, just kind of get away from folks. So that's what I did. But I bought my ticket so far ahead of time. I almost forgot how much I paid for it, but it was really, really cheap compared to trying to buy tickets the day, you know, the uh the day of. Ginger Ninja said, wish I could have made it to MegaCon. Anyone coming to WonderCon, I will have a booth there. Where's WonderCon? Dude, remind me when WonderCon is or where that is. So yeah, they had Meet the Stars of the Breakfast Club. I skipped that. I love Anthony Michael Hall, but frankly, I didn't make it there in time because I just did not have time to do it. Fowler Bradley's front said this is much better than the halftime show. Well, thanks so much. I missed you at the convention today. I missed you. Although in retrospect, I'm paying for it. I'm paying for it right now. Oh, WonderCon is in Anaheim. Oh, okay, okay. I didn't get to meet Superman and Lois. I did not get to meet them. I was so upset. I didn't get a chance to. I love the show Superman and Lois. I got behind a little bit. But this was a show where I thought it was going to jump the shark, and it didn't. And every episode that I watched, I thoroughly enjoyed. And you buy Tyler Hoechlin as Superman so fast. I mean, it's an amazing show. So I was so disappointed I did not get to see the two of them. What I did get to see, and this was yesterday, was the Smallville panel. And the one person that I love the most from Smallville is Michael Rosenbaum as Lex Luthor. I've seen Michael Rosenbaum at conventions years ago, and he takes up like, I don't want to say he takes up all the space, but in a good way. He kind of bounces stuff off of his other, all of his cast members. Erica Durance was there. Kristen Krug was there. And of course, Tom Welling was there. But that panel was an absolute freaking hoot. I'm going to have so much fun editing that video to show you guys because that whole panel, what I liked is that you can tell that they've been used to going to conventions for years. So they talk to the fans like they're old friends and they just make fun of each other. And it's perfect. Now, the one thing that I will say that I did not like is I do not like this moderator type of thing that they have going on. And I'll get back to that in a little bit, but when conventions seem to get more commercialized, which is what MegaCon has turned into. MegaCon used to be just like a local fan convention that broke-ass grad students like myself could scrape up enough money to go to. And they called it MegaCon because it was so small they had to get fandoms from everywhere just to pool their money together to book a hotel to have this type of convention. But now it's so commercialized that they will have a moderator. Believe it or not, they had a moderator from IGN moderating one of the panels. I think it was Andy Serkis. But it disconnects the audience, and I don't like it. And Jed Revenwolf, you said this exactly correct. Exactly. MegaCon turned into San Diego Comic-Con, basically. San Diego Comic-Con South, which is what it's turned into. And I don't like that. I really don't like it at all. And I have to say, at least for the Smallville panel, they really kind of took it away from the moderator, so to speak, and interacting with the audience. So that was great. I can sum up MegaCon. Too many people. Ron, you are exactly right. It's oversold. If you ask me, there is a scary amount of people that were there, and I'll tell a story a little bit later on exactly why that's such a hazard. But yes, too many people. It's oversold. Most conventions will have one concourse, right? Holiday Matsuri had the whole West concourse. MegaCon took up both the North and the South concourse. I believe 150,000 people. Never thought I'd see that one before. That is, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. I hear MegaCon is bigger than the San Diego Comic Con. Really? I can see that just from the sheer amount of people that were there, just waves and waves and waves of people. I have never been to a convention with that many people. I mean, the Matsuri had, I want to say, a third that amount of people, but it didn't, it was crowded, but it wasn't like, turn around and kick your neighbor type of thing. Ron, I heard 150K easily. Easily 150K. When you have a convention where they have to activate other parking lots for you to use, that's how you know it's absolutely in freaking insane. Oh man, Matt Smith was there. Dang it. Yes, Matt Smith was there. Oh my gosh. Him and Fabian Frankel. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. But yes, Matt Smith was there. The Weasley family was there. It was just perfect. It was just absolutely, absolutely perfect. And let's see. Fan Expo is going to be visited by Jody. She was supposed to come to this one. So I'm glad she didn't make it. I really do not like Jodie Whittaker. Oh my gosh. If you've seen the movie called Attack of the Block, she's freaking horrible on that. Let's see. There's going to be a Comic-Con called SiestaCon in Sarasota at Robarts Arena on May the 10th. Okay. I'll keep that one in mind. I know there's a summer anime convention as well in Orlando, but I'll have to check out SiestaCon. Your girl used to go to conventions so much, and I kind of took myself out of the scene for a while, but I'm back. Nobody does conventions like you, girl. I make my own fun. Oh, you did? Cool. You found one. And yep, they had Aquatica as a parking lot. They had Icon Park as a parking lot. They had Point Orlando as a parking lot. They had One of Us to High School as a parking lot. They had Freedom High School as a parking lot. It was insane. I've never seen that. Well, next year it will be in March, which is in a way worse because it's going to coincide with spring break. So if you're going to go to MegaCon next year, I would highly suggest just getting a hotel room and not moving your car for 3 days. Dragon Con is in Atlanta Labor Day weekend. I'm trying to see if I can make it to Dragon Con because I have not been to Dragon Con in years. Dragon Con is where celebrities go to mingle with the fans for the most part. Yes, we're talking about the Jodie that destroyed Doctor Who. Yes, indeed. Can I put on a football jersey? I do love football jerseys. I do. Amanda says, hello, lovely Lorena and Sherry chat. How is everyone? Sounds like you had a blast. Well, I'm going to say yes and no. Yes and no. But we'll talk about it. But yes, yeah, Tom Welling, he did get. I did see that thing about a DUI. I was thinking, is he gonna make MegaCon? See, I'll say the quiet part out loud. I'm like, man, is he gonna make bail and to get to MegaCon on on time? Well, I guess he was gonna have to, because if he didn't, you know, breach a contract. Just saying. Just saying. So no, I did not see The Breakfast Club. I wasn't interested in that. Um, I wanted to meet oh my gosh. I think that's Jenna Coleman. The one here over all farther on the far left. I did not get a chance to go to her panel, I think on Friday, and I wanted to, so I missed her. But I did get to see Matt Smith though. And he is hilarious. Funny thing about Matt Smith, okay? So he asked the audience. Um, so he's like, "Yeah, I'm in Florida," and he's like, "Well, what should we eat here?" Because Fabian Franco apparently Matt calls him the condiment king because Fabian is French. So he's like, "Yeah, I'm French. I like to season everything. I like to get different things. Salt and other condiments to put on stuff." And Fabian's like, "I don't know, what do we eat here?" And Matt Smith says, what is it that we should eat in Florida? And right on cue, guess what people yelled out? Gator. And Matt Smith says, Gator? Really? What does it taste like? And Robert yelling, chicken. He's like, oh, well, I might have to try that. So if anybody knows if Matt Smith went to go try Gator Bites, whether he either went to Gatorland or he went to Gator's Dockside or whatever, somebody needs to follow up with that because I would love to find out what Matt Smith thinks about fried gator tail. Catherine Tate is the redhead on the left. Okay, I wanted to meet her, and I didn't get a chance to go to her panel. I missed Katie Seagal's panel too today, so that was depressing. Alex Kingston was there. Holy crap! They even had a replica of the TARDIS. Obviously, it was done by fans. I got some video of it. I think I have it. Hopefully, it uploaded. Then we can check it out. We can check that out. That's great. I hope Matt tells us about it. Okay, so folks, you have your missive. Okay, so if you see Matt Smith at any convention upcoming within the next couple of months, ask him if he tried fried gator tail in Florida. And as a follow-up question, ask if he bought any alligator shoes or alligator belt or alligator hat. But we definitely need to find out if he had fried alligator for real. If he's had fried alligator, then he can definitely be known as a Florida man if he did that. Yes, fried alligator with cocktail sauce is delicious. It is absolutely good. You gotta marinate gator tail in like buttermilk or something like that to like tenderize it. Usually buttermilk and hot sauce. And then after like 48 hours, you can fry that sucker. It's great. Great. Dylan Soup says Roger Jackson, the voice of Mojo Jojo and Ghostface, Gina Davis, Susan Sarandon, Eli Roth will be at Monster Mania this March. I haven't been to Monster Mania in ages. Enjoy that. That's going to be a blast. Lorena, we should open our own. Focus on only celebrities. We'll call it the Celebrity Petting Zoo. We can thank Neon from Clownfish TV for that one, for the term celebrity petting view, because that's pretty much what it is. They've got all the celebrities signing autographs all the way over in another section. They all have like their own booths and everything, and people come up to see them. It is truly a celebrity petting zoo for the most part. Because remember when conventions where you would go and, they charge like 20 or 30 bucks for an autograph, snap a picture with them, you get to talk with them for a little bit, and that was kind of it. And you moved on. Now it's like $150 for a picture. It's nuts. So people just go, instead of people going to the conventions for the fan panels and the one celebrity that they can ask questions so they can get great stories to tell, and the celebrity interacts with the audience. Now it's like you've got these panels that are produced with a moderator for this, pretty much for the idea of just getting clips, and not the best one. It takes away the fan atmosphere because it's all commercial right now. Did you go to the Billy Piper one, the Reina Creole? No, and I was so upset. I didn't get to make that one. I did not. That was so upsetting. So let's see. Jude Law, I did not get to see him because I wasn't interested in Skeleton Crew. So I left that one. But Manny Jacinto, and let's see if I have. Do I have the picture of Manny Jacinto? I'm trying to look over here. No, I don't. Okay. So anyway, interesting thing about Manny Jacinto's panel. You guys tell me what you think about this. With Manny's panel, that was the only panel where the moderator asked us not to take pictures or take video. Now, out of respect, I didn't take video. I did snap some pictures. If you see it up on X, I did snap some pictures. But I'm like, out of all of the panels, this was the only one, and Ron can correct me if I'm wrong, because he may have gone to some that I did not. They asked if they didn't, no video or no pictures. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is so that no one catches Manny on a hot mic moment, because we all know the deal that's going on with Star Wars, well, Disney Star Wars, so to speak. And I don't know if the Skeleton Crew panel had the same restriction, but it did for Manny's panel. Now, I really do not get the idea why that was. Either way, I don't know. I have no idea. But then again, I think it's so someone would not catch Manny on a hot mic. That's also the reason why they had a moderator to kind of throw softball questions, at him. Of course, they asked, about the acolyte and how does he handle, the good comments and the not so good comments. And Manny, to his credit, he says, at the end, it's all about the work. And he seemed grateful that he had his part in the acolyte. And he seemed very happy that the fans were there. And near the end of his panel, after they finished the screened questions that people asked, Manny was just like, "Oh, can we some, can we get some questions from folks in the audience?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's nice." And I think they asked one person, and that was like, but that, then that was like it. But it's a very weird vibe. Manny seemed pretty nervous, but happy, but he was okay to be there. So yeah, $70 for his autograph. After that atrocity of the show, he should pay people to take it. Yeah, I do not know who sets these autograph rates. It used to be that the individual celebrities themselves would set the prices, and sometimes they would sign things for you free of charge. Like, for example, George Takei, even though he is oh God, he is such a crazy queen. Can I just say that? No, he's bitter actually. to his credit, I bought his autobiography and he signed it and personalized it for free. So sometimes celebrities would have things there, that you could get. And if you bought it, the signature was included. So, that was pretty cool. People could clean up that way. But there was no way I would pay $70 for an autograph from Manny Jacinto. It's like, what else have you done? Have you done? Really? And $85 for photo op. The photo session, I should say, is with a professional photographer. So they're paying the professional photographer for that. It's not like it's better not ever be for, a shot with your camera. However, if you're with a friend, and sometimes you can get a selfie with them if you pay for the autograph, which is what I would do. The photo op, that's paying the professional photographer to get it done. Like you're there and they've got, the umbrellas and the studio equipment and all of that and, professional photographer. So that's what they have going on there. Literally all the fans were there, all 15 of them. And this brings up a good point. So go and Shogi, I'm glad you brought this up. So in this theater, because there's two of them, that's like the big huge halls. Previous to Manny Jacinto's appearance, there was a panel for High School Musical that had Corbin Bleu and Lucas Grabel. That panel was standing room only. I kid you not. Probably one more person and we would have broken fire codes, but standing room only for the High School Musical panel. For Manny Jacinto's panel in the same space, you had maybe a quarter of the amount of people than the ones who were at the High School Musical panel. It was not that many people, really. So again, attests to the fact that the Acolyte was in no way successful whatsoever, but yep, there you go. Proof is in the pudding, and folks were not hanging around to see Manny. Oh, and did I mention he was 15 minutes late? This is my pet peeve. Okay. I mean, 10 minutes, it was more like 15 to 20 minutes late. Really? Come on now. When people are paying their money to see you, you need to be on time. Or at least less than, 10 minutes. I mean, Matt Smith was there on time. Well, maybe about 3 minutes. They got on stage, I think, at 3 minutes past the time. Dadman Walking 55 says, good evening, Lorena. I hope you're doing well. Leaving Moms. Hope it's been a great stream. Well, hope you're doing good, Dadman, you and Moms and the missus. Seems like you guys are feeling much better. We are having a lot of fun talking about MEGACON. Me trying to talk through allergies, trying to kick my butt. It's a mess. Seriously, but it's all good. It's all good. I would love to meet Morena Baccarin. Yes, I wanted to too. But with MEGACON, it is packed with so much stuff going on that you have to be very judicious about what you pick. Like, for example, there will be back-to-back panels, star-packed panels, and you have to decide which ones you're going to go to, because for some of them that are extremely popular, like say Supernatural, Andy Serkis, High School Musical, if you want to get like in those maybe front 3 or 4 rows and you're not VIP, if you have VIP tickets, you get admitted first. You just do, and you can actually stay in that same room and not even move from your seat if you have a VIP or if you're ADA. But you will literally have to get in line an hour and a half. We're talking 90 minutes at least in order to get there. I barely got into the Andy Serkis section, and I just happened to get in line for that when I found out that William Zabka was not going to be at the Cobra Kai panel. And they didn't have Zolo Madarena, so I was like, screw that. And William Zabka had to go at the last minute. So for some reason, he was only there for photo ops and his autographs, and some of the photo ops he wound up missing because he had to leave early. So I'm hoping it wasn't an emergency or something like that. But either way, that just sapped any interest I had in watching the going to the Cobra Kai panel. So I just got in line for Andy Serkis, and I have a very funny Andy Serkis story for you guys too in a little bit. John Connor says crutches. Yeah. Especially the moderator. It seemed to me like for some reason the moderator had to, like, I don't know. We won't say talk him down, but kind of had to say, it's okay. Come on stage. It's okay. Sounds like he is starting to understand that maybe the show wasn't all that good. That's very possible. Because they were really typing it up like this is the best thing since sliced bread. This is the best Star Wars ever. And no, it wasn't, for a lot of reasons. And Ron says, I don't think Manny got a single fan question about the Acolyte. No, the question about the Acolyte came from the moderator. And it seemed like most people wanted to talk to him about his role in The Good Place. And he seemed to be much more relaxed talking about his experience on The Good Place. Like, I've never seen it. Ron's seen it. I may actually check it out now. But he seemed a lot happier talking about that. And yeah, the fan questions were pretty much about The Good Place. Did he get a fan question about I want to think it's something else about the Acolyte. Okay, maybe not. Yeah. I don't remember that much. Jed Reverend Wolf says, Lorena, and no worries. If you spelled it wrong, it's okay. If you remember, I used to hang out around the original Star Trek cast. Remember when I told you some stuff? Yes. And I agree with Reina Creole on George. Yeah, George Takei, he's like the uncle where if he comes to the party, he's already salty, but he just gets saltier. And he's not fun to listen to, and that's kind of like how it is with George Takei at conventions. It's just like, bro, really, please. So Manny is a diva. He's I don't know if I'd call him a diva just yet. Some people, they're more comfortable in front of a camera than they are in front of an audience. Oh no, Thanatos, I cannot do that. No, I like to use a diffuser with a combination of eucalyptus, rosemary, and mint oil. I like that. I can't use it. I can't use a neti pot. It's just too gross. I can't. Jed Reverend Wolf says at MEGACON, the lines are 5 to 6 hours long. I was talking to a few of our fellow YouTubers, and you had to pick what you wanted to do. Yes, you do. It's kind of like if you're planning a trip to Disney World, you can't do everything in one day. Just not going to work. So you literally have to pick out what it is that you want to do and what is the priority. And understand that there's a ton of people who want to see these folks. And you literally do. You have to pick out what it is. And the panels with the celebrities, honestly, there's so many of them, you hardly have any time to go check out, anime karaoke or, how to make the perfect cosplay, stuff like that. Or, Star Trek trivia, stuff like that. So you don't really have time to check out those panels because these celebrity panels are so packed. You remember back in the day when you had just, you had one or two celebrities, But for the most part, there was plenty of time to check out the fan panels. And I, for one, I love the fan panels. So one of the reasons why I like the holiday Matsuri is mostly people go for those fan anime panels, and then they'll have a couple of big celebrities for for the larger sessions, but for the most part you can do those. Bonzo Kilborn says, I wouldn't wait in line to see any of those people. Guess I'll never be a nerd. No worries, no worries. I've done the waiting in line thing when it wasn't super bad. Well, yeah, there was somewhere I was in line for an hour, but you would have some celebrities, I won't say who they are in sci-fi, but I'd seen them at conventions so many times, and their handlers or their agents were trying to cut down how much time it took for the celebrities to talk to the fans. And I've seen a lot of celebrities get agitated with their agents because they're just like, look, these people paid to see me. I want to talk to them. If they want to spend time talking to you, well, the good ones anyway. But when these people would see me and they knew me, they wanted to talk to me. So I would hold up the darn line because they're like, so and so's here. Look, the Raina's here. How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. How you doing? What's going on? I'm like, no, I'm not going to get you booze. Just saying. That did happen at DragonCon one year. Hey, Griffin Turbo. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. And let's see. Teresa's here. Hello, my dear. I thought of you when I saw Andy Serkis. I got my Andy Serkis story that's coming up in a little bit. I learned a long time ago not to meet the celebs behind the characters. Well, I was such a fangirl back in the day. Oh my gosh, you should have seen me doing conventions. I'd show up like I used to get the VIP seating because I wasn't sitting in line for I don't know how long at like the butt crack of dawn. I'm like, I'm not doing that crap. That's nuts. And I pick out what I want to see. And that's pretty much it. I don't really do the starstruck thing. Probably because I lived in LA, so I'm a little jaded, but I like seeing some of the people that I haven't seen for years or that I go and see over the years, especially my favorites. Let's see. Could it have been Manny's first solo con? I agree with you on that, Jan Monroe. I think it was. And a lot of it may have been nerves. That's why I said I noticed that he was nervous when he got out there, and maybe that's why the moderator, who had this really thick Irish brogue, I mean, not for nothing, but oh my gosh, for some reason the Irish brogue, I can't wrap my brain around that. Like Scottish brogue, I have no problem with that. I have no problem. It's like I can tell exactly what they're saying. Irish brogue, it's so thick. I'm just like, girl, I just can't. I just can't. I'm sorry. I just can't. But yeah, when he started talking about the good place, he seemed to relax a lot. And he was on stage by himself. I think if he was on stage with, like, say, I know y'all gonna get mad at me for this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. If he was on stage with, like, say, Amanda Stenberg or one of his other co-stars, I think he would have done much better. I think he would have been more relaxed and at ease. But again, with him talking about the good place, I think that's when he got relaxed enough that he was asking, if anyone else had any questions, like taking questions from the audience. So yeah. Yeah, multiple of our friends said they didn't get enough time to do what they wanted. So they just had to pick one thing and commit to it. LOL. And I don't like that. But they do that. So if you don't want to miss anything, they push you towards the VIP tickets, which I don't want to do. But I may wind up doing it next year for the VIP tickets, just because there's just some things your girl doesn't want to do. But it is it is what it is. It's like you have either more time than money or more money than time. And if you have more time than money, you still need to be judicious with that, but understand that you're going to have to pay out a lot in time to do what it is that you want to do. Be our Geist. Hello, my darling. Says just got back from MEGACON and I'm exhausted, girl. I hear you. Sorry, I had to take a sip. I'm gonna have to get a glass of wine probably again tonight. I'm gonna have to get a glass of wine and I'm gonna have baked ziti with a whole lot of crushed red pepper on it so I can breathe. Thank you very much. Didn't wait in line for autographs or photos, but did do a panel or two. See, you sound like me. I don't really do autographs really anymore. Well, I take that back. If Matt Smith's autograph wasn't so darn expensive, his is probably the one that I would have gotten, and not because of his role in House of the Dragon, which I loved, but because of his role in Doctor Who. So that would have been why. But man, yes, it was exhausting. It was a lot of people, a crazy amount of people. And speaking of the amount of people, there were so many people that there was someone who watches my channel. I'm not going to say who they are to protect their privacy, but they had a medical emergency. I mean, 1 minute I was talking to them, and the next minute they first they were complaining about how hot it was. I said, "Yes, there's so many people," and he wound up passing out. I it was extremely scary, but that's how many people they pack, and I hope he's doing much. I hope he's doing much better. He came to find this really hot master sergeant from over where you know the Armed Forces Recruiting Center had like all the gaming streams and everything. Anyway, seemed like he was okay. Thank God that he was all right. He took him to the hospital just, for observation and everything. But all of these people that are around sucking up oxygen, you can't put that many people together. And I'm pretty sure that he wasn't the only person that this happened to. I had a fan. People were looking at me like I'm kind of crazy, but I had one of those super huge fans because of how hot it gets. Now, if you live in the South, you know you have to get a fan. That's just for what's outside. But that many people packed indoors, not good. Not good, not good. Hey, Tina BB says, I am. Hey, my dear. Do the actors have their agents pretend to rush so the actor can look like a hero when he or she protests? Bonzo, from the ones that I've seen, I haven't seen that. And I'm not going to say who it is, but I know there's one actress in particular who's very sweet to her fans. When one of her agents tried to rush her, she was visibly pissed. And she was just like, no, this person paid. I want to talk to them. And yeah, that's what I've seen of like. Yeah, Stanley. I'm so upset I never got a chance to meet Stanley. He was a darn diamond. He was a diamond. The guy says you have to be flexible going to conventions and be ready to not do everything you want. Yes, that is indeed true. Even when conventions had less celebrities, still, you had to plan. That's one of those things. And if you go to MegaCon, plan to have some kind of air circulation of your own, whether it be a hand-powered fan or an electric fan or battery fan, whatever. You need that. And also bring your own snacks. Because I had these protein cheese balls from Aldi, jalapeno cheddar, and everybody kept asking me where I got the food. is crazy expensive in the convention center. So hit the Wawa or the Publix or wherever and bring your own food. I'm late, was watching stuff on the Super Bowl movie trailers. Yep, I'll be saving lots of money this summer. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Unfortunately, I'm going to go see Captain America Brave New World on Thursday. So I'm not looking forward to that. Our guy says it might be Manny's first non-industry con, as he wasn't there to promote something as arranged by a company, because he was at Comic-Con for a good place and D23 for the Acolyte at least. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, BR guys. Let's see if Stenberg was there to want to be less people. The name just hit me, Daphne Keene. I think if it was Daphne Keene there along with Manny, that would have helped instead of just putting him down there, putting him there by himself. That is a good question. Usually it's up to whatever's in the contract. The only reason I know that is because I know when I sat next to Avery Brooks, because I used to run a fan club for Star Trek Deep Space Nine, that it was something about the contract, because in addition to signing pictures live, he had to sign like a stack for the convention company or something. So it may be a 60-40 split, quite possibly, or 70-30, because the value of the autograph comes from the actor who's signing it. So the more I would think more valuable the actor is, the higher the percentage of money that the actor would get to keep. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, yeah, Tina, I hope he is okay, because it's extremely upsetting when 1 minute you're talking to somebody and the next minute they're just like passed out. And I have passed out from heat exhaustion before, way back in the day. It's very disconcerting. But I will say props to all of the emergency personnel who were there at the convention. They were on it. I mean, just on it. And folks volunteering. And one of the persons who was the first there in action, basically telling me to hold compress this guy's wound. And I'm talking to him later on, and turns out I think he was a Marine. And I said, "Thank you for your service." He's like, "Yeah, actually, I watch your channel, but I figured that wasn't a good time to ask you for a selfie." Like, and he took a selfie with me, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, he was, he said, "Yeah, I think he'll be okay." So hopefully, I believe he's okay. Let's see. I'm not agoraphobic at all, but darn if I don't feel that way. Yeah, I did too. I purposely did not. I tried to not get in a crowd. I was kind of out on the outskirts. That's what I would do. That's what I did. You got to bring in food at the Dallas Comic Con. They wouldn't let us bring in food or drink. Yeah, Amanda, I brought it. I always bring something, unless it's explicitly stated, which it wasn't. Yeah, I bring stuff. So yeah, that's what I did. I was living off of Mountain Dew, protein bars, and protein cheese balls, which I got from Aldi. I can't remember if I said that or not. Let's see. Okay. So we got to see I missed Ella Purnell. I missed her panel. I wanted to go see her, but I didn't. I had to go to Andy Serkis. So we had the Weasleys. We had James and we had Oliver Phelps. And I want to say James Phelps. First of all, I met James and Oliver Phelps at, I think, Collector Mania in the UK like 15 years ago. Maybe that. It was right around when Goblet of Fire came out that I got to meet him. And he and his brother are a freaking riot. They're an absolute riot. The actress who plays Ginny Weasley, She was there as well. But a funny thing about James Phelps, because people were asking him, what did they do while they were there in Orlando, and they went to go see the Orlando Magic play. And James Phelps said that he got to, and I quote, swim with the manatees Crystal River. So I thought that was really cool that he got to do something, something Florida that was not a theme park, type of thing. So I thought that was cool. So yes, he said he had fun swimming with the manatees and doing that. So that was cool hearing that from him. But the Phelps brothers and along with I'm forgetting who's the girl's name who plays Ginny Weasley. I always remember James and Oliver Phelps, but I never remember Bonnie Wright. Okay. All three of them together, you can tell they're pros at conventions, but just again, they had a moderator, but they love talking to the fans and just how grateful they are, and you can see that in how they talk to the fans and reminisce about their experiences on the show, and just how grateful they are for the experience, and they have such fun stories to to tell. And I know there was one question where they said, if you could be any other character in Harry Potter that was a villain, who would it be? And I was hoping none of them would say Dolores Umbridge, so I'm glad they didn't. But Bonnie said that she would love to be Bellatrix Lestrange. Bellatrix Lestrange, excuse me, for like an hour. And I thought that was cool because I love Helena Bonham Carter. So seeing all three of those folks together, I love them. And I especially love Bonnie because she was one of the few Harry Potter actors that stood up for J.K. Rowling. So on general principle, I had to go and see her. I love the Weasleys in the Harry Potter films. When the Burrow burned down, I was so hurt. I was so hurt. I love the Burrow, so I love the Weasley family. Even though they're Gryffindors, I love them. Okay, so let's see. I talked about Smallville. Okay, let me talk about Andy Serkis really, really, really fast. So, no, I did not pay for his autograph. It was $100. Photo op was $110. I didn't do that. But I had to get in line to see Andy Serkis because I've seen him in so many things, voice actor in so many things. Caesar in the Planet of the Apes reboot that happened, and of course as Gollum from the Lord of the Rings. Now, one thing about the Lord of the Rings, a fan made it a point. Was it a fan? Wait, no, wasn't a fan. Okay, before I forget, the moderator with Andy Serkis was some dude from IGN, and not for nothing, but why not have a MegaCon staffer as a fan, as a moderator, rather than someone from IGN? I mean, that just rubbed me the wrong way. But either way, he did make it a point to let people know that, yes, if you have not listened to the Lord of the Rings books read by Andy Serkis, you are definitely missing out. I have the first one, Fellowship of the Ring. No, actually, I got all three of them on Audible. I haven't had a chance to check them all out, but listening to Andy Serkis narrate Fellowship of the Ring, it is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. But anyway, Andy Serkis. So someone had sent a question because they pick from these curated questions that people ask online. And what the heck happened? Oh yeah, so somebody asked him, how did he come up with the voice, for Gollum? And Andy was just like, well, I have my cat to thank. I've told this story, right? And I'm like yelling, no. And all these other people like, no. People are like, tell this story, tell this story. It's like, okay, I'll tell the story. So what he said is he was trying to get his mind around just what Gollum should sound like. Because remember, Gollum, he did motion capture for Gollum. So he's like, how do I get my head around what this character should sound like? And he's trying different kind of vocalizations and everything. And he tried one. He was like, kind of like this. And he said, at that moment, his cat came into the living room and hocked up a hairball. And he said he was looking at how his cat did this, like how, because if you've ever seen a cat hack up a hairball, the hairball does not come out right away. I mean, it's like the cat has to go into these weird kind of freaking contortions, like the American Werewolf in London, and it's so weird. It's so weird to see a cat do it. I've caught Professor X once or twice, and my other cats, man, if they hawk up a hairball, it's like a performance when they do it. And Andy Serkis saw that, and he said, yeah, that's it. That's how I'm gonna play Gollum. So anytime you see a cat hack up a hairball, that's the inspiration for Gollum, y'all. I had never heard the cat story. Okay. I had never heard that. And it was great. It was great. So I have to clip that into a short. There's so much footage that I'm glad that I was allowed to get. I'm so glad my gimbal had a telescopic thing on it to go above people's heads. That story had me dying. Yeah, Professor X will cough up hairballs if he hasn't been. He likes to overgroom himself. That's Professor X's little like quirk. He will overgroom himself. Plus, he's a Bengal, so he has a very plush coat, which means he sheds like crazy, and he just has the same thick coat that doesn't trigger my allergies. It's a lot of it. So he's used to being brushed, but if I haven't brushed him regularly and he's like overgroomed himself, he's hacking up a nice juicy hairball for me to step in the morning, or somewhere else. He knows I'm going to be walking in. I'll go and hack up a hairball. Meow all the way to the back. Yes, absolutely. Dylan Soup says, that makes a whole lot of sense now with how he did that. It was so logical. I'm like, okay. I'm like, now I know why seeing Gollum kind of freaked me out, yet intrigued me at the same time. Too darn funny. But yes, I loved Andy Serkis's session. I'm so glad I had a chance to enjoy it. It was great. Let's see. BR Guy says all the moderators were from media partners of the conventions, I think. Yes, and I do believe that, yeah, you're right, because they were too polished. There's a difference between a quote like a polished moderator and somebody who's like, hey, I work at the con. I'm a fan, just like the rest of the folks out there. I'm going to ask you, fan type of questions. I'm not asking you questions to blow smoke up your skirt, or curate questions that are the least offensive things to ask you. I mean, literally, it was almost like pretty much, what's your favorite color? Not for nothing, but, and there were some of them that were actually very, very thoughtful. I will definitely say that, but pretty inoffensive and, milk toast. Like, no one asked Matt Smith, Well, they did ask him a kind of a racy question. It's kind of funny. It wasn't racy, but it turned out to be that way by the time he answered it. Kay's cat hacks up for balls all the time. So I know what it sounds like. And it's like you threaten him, don't you dare throw up on my good couch. Don't you freaking dare. Oh, all right, let's see. One more. Let's see. So I talked about, I think I pretty much got everyone that I saw that I got a chance to see, which was cool. I think that was it. So I'm trying to see if I can find this video, which I think I have. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys some videos to end the stream with. This is unedited, okay? So I apologize for how rough it is. Eventually, it will be cut into a series of videos. I have some stuff for the channel members and some stuff for the general public. But oh, wait a minute. Oh, hey Nina, good to see you. Good to see you. And this is my type of panel. No moderator, no pre-selected questions. Usually folks just go up to the mic and just start shooting off questions and stuff like that. That's like the best kind. But anyway, on the dealer's floor, and this is yet another example of fans remain undefeated. Okay, and let me play this here. Dealer floor, okay. Go on the mobile device of your choice. Make that donation. They literally had our charity for MEGACON. This section out here, and I believe this was done by the 501st, a charity organization, charity cosplay organization. They are at the Matzery. I've seen them at a couple of charity events like the Family Cafe, which is a convention for those with disabilities and their families. The 501st is there, as well, taking pictures with kids. It's just amazing. They did this up. This looked better than Galaxy's Edge. I mean, this place was so busy. Yes, they've got the ATST up there. Okay. And not only that, but they got Vader out there doing photo ops, had his own line, okay, his own queue. You could go up there and get pictures with them. Hold on a second. I think. How freaking cool is that? This is a fan, a fan group that's been around for I don't know how long. And walking through here felt more like Star Wars than anything Galaxy's Edge has. And I've got a bit more actually. See if I can find this. Let's see. Is this the whole one? I've got one that's like 2 minutes. Ooh, okay. Let me go to this one. This is one that's 2 minutes, 2 minutes long. So I just took a camera and I just started walking around because I noticed all these people were in there, and there's an entrance one. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yep, there's the TARDIS over there. Retro Nerd Girl says, oh, that looks so cool. I would have taken a picture with Vader. Yeah, Vader had his own line. He had his own line, and it was flipping awesome. Flipping awesome. Just to, he was walking around, and people were like, "Oh my God, it's fair." It's so cool. So props to the 501st. I mean, they've always been amazing, but this setup here, I have to say, was such a fan favorite at the convention. And of course, this is a Doctor Who, so they had the TARDIS, they had the Daleks that were there, they had the doctors. You can see his clothes and everything, and the companions' clothes. Great fan done photo ops. I mean, look at all of this. And the TARDIS. Oh, Philly won. Game's over. Okay. Oh boy. Philly PD, look out. Yes, isn't it? It is freaking amazing. Look at this. You have Balin Skull, and you've got Mandalorians out there. Oh my gosh, the wanted posters. Look at how well these sets are done. I mean, and these are fans, y'all. These are fans. I mean, granted, they have a couple of years on them doing this stuff done. It's not over yet. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, it ain't over till it's over, like Yogi Bear says or said. Nice detail to the posters. Yes, Chef Nation. These posters were banging. Everything about this. I could have spent so much more time. It was so crowded. I had to get out of there, but not because I wanted to leave. I did not want to leave because it was so cool how well this was done. And of course, you had to shout out to OSO, Orange County Sheriff's Office. And just all of the costumes. They had, I think I have the robot in this one. I think I have the R2 unit in this one. Maybe not. Yeah, there's Ghostface. You can ignore him. Was Star Wars Theory? Yeah, he was there. I didn't get a chance to meet him, but he was over at the Rippaverse. Oh, look, we got the bar. You guys see that? A replica of like the cantina. That's what we should have gotten. Amanda says, "Made with love will always be made by committee." 100%. Yes. And so many women fans. Yes, DJ night, there were a ton of female fans. So I would say it's about 40, 60 at this particular convention. And I want to say between all of the fandoms that were there, like if this was strictly a Star Wars convention, you probably would have been like 20% women. But because you had other fandoms and especially anime there, you have more women. Usually at anime conventions, you'll have more women. Notice all but one of the visiting Doctor Who actors went off a steep cliff, although almost as though it wasn't worth the others while to come because they're not popular enough. Yeah. And I'm still hearing can't. Did it? Yeah. This was so much fun, especially as it was fan created. Safe with Marshall Man, the Imperial probe droid, and yes, that is a Twi'lek, someone in a Twi'lek cosplay. Now, because I saw her face paint, I had to go talk to her. Had to go talk to her because your girl wants to eventually do a cosplay as Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy. But I have not done face and body paint, and I wanted to look realistic. And when I saw hers, I was just like, I stopped because I'm a makeup fiend, especially special effects makeup. So I had to stop and talk to her. And she told me about the type, I think it was like an alcohol-based makeup or whatever that she had to use. So she was telling me all about this, and I'm like writing down notes, and I'm like, wow, because you know how Thrawn just looked like one-dimensional and sick looking? Her whole Twilight getup looked freaking fabulous. I'm trying to see if oh yeah, I do have a picture. Yes, I do. And there's a picture. Bam. I was like, I said, I'm sorry. I'm like, I love your cosplay. How do you do the makeup? And it looked freaking perfect. BR Guy says, I felt like I was back in Star Wars weekend days and wandering this area. It made me so happy. Girl, you and me both. Didn't it just felt good to be there, didn't it? Oh my gosh, it felt good to be there. And to see like all of these cosplays that you see, you would not see at Galaxy's Edge, but you would see them at Star Wars weekends. That was, again, Star Wars weekends used to be like a Star Trek convention every weekend in May. And it was just like this. But can you sing? I can sing for a little bit. The Michael Myers video had me rolling. Oh, I'll show you guys that one. I'll show you guys that. One of the good things about again about MEGACON is like there were so many fandoms that you had going on, and it's so fun seeing stuff from the fandoms. Of course, the Imperial probe droids. We don't see them at Galaxy's Edge at all. You know, it's like the hell. This was so awesome. I had to stop again, like a whole lot of other people had to stop and look at these probe droid replicas. They just looked flippin' amazing. Hey, Charles says that is so cool. Yes, it totally is. Not only like to scale, but down to perfection with how they did this. So there were the probe droids that they had. Not gonna lie, this is better than Dallas. It's so awesome. And BR Guy says, I kept going back and taking everyone I knew to see it. Yeah, my head snapped around when I saw this. I was like, what? And I thought it was just like a little facade, but it went through them like, what? This is like a whole exhibit, you know. Oh yeah, I think this was when I asked her. So like, and then that's when I asked her. I was like, how did you do your makeup? Just wanted to let you know how you did your makeup. Let's see. I'm trying to think of one more that I wanted to show you guys. Oh, here we go. Okay, here's what I want to show you guys. Okay, she wasn't the only Twilight. All right, they were playing Sabak. Okay, literally, it had this feel of like this outpost that was going on, and you go over there. Twilight's running the games. I mean, this was such a perfect addition and so great for those of us who love the original Star Wars. It's perfect. Yep, hardcore fans love it. Yes, yes indeed. Yes indeed. And not just and it wasn't just just Star Wars. Like I had to take this picture. I was like Squirrel Girl and Spider-Man. They were so cute. I was like, "Can I take a picture? You guys are so cute." So they said yes. So they took a picture. And if you think that's cool, I thought this was so sweet. Okay. This lady was cosplaying as Vanellope von Schweetz. And yes, the car actually moved. She stopped with this little girl, and the little girl let the little girl get in the car and took pictures. I'm like, oh, it was so fun. I mean, great energy, little things, like this. They did have a track for families, for like little kids. So stuff for like the little kids, to do. And yeah, that's the thing. She had the car and she was putting around in the car. Let me see if I got video of the car. If the car moving. Well, I've got video of the little girl. Let me see. Yeah, so she came over, went to get in the little car, and yes, the car was part of the costume that she had there. That was so cute. So I didn't want a video in the front. A lot of times when I'm taking B-roll, I'm doing video, I kind of like to do it from the perspective of an observer. And I'm just looking at this guy's face like, holy crap, is that Penelope Sweets? I love seeing people's reactions. So yeah, she has the car. She has a car with that one. And I'm trying to see if there's another picture that I want to show you guys. But I think I'm going to save that one for the extreme end of the show. What no, actually, let me show you this one. So yep. So I met up with some fans, of course. Some some folks who watch the channel. So of course it's Tom, and of course his lovely wife Linda, and then it's Florentin over there. So we had some donuts that are Everglazed donuts. I had a thin mint donut. Oh my gosh, it was so delicious. I don't want to think how many calories were in it, but it was so good. It is so good. Everglazed Donuts, of course, is a Florida company. They have a lovely Instagrammable wall. Most of the people go there to buy donuts and hold them up and take pictures of them. Yep, that's you. And we had an absolutely great time. So I will let you guys know when the next meetup is going to be. Should be definitely before May. But Everglades has great donuts. Someone asked if they're better than Voodoo Donuts. They're just different than Voodoo Donuts. So they're both good. Try both of them. They're both unique. So for the last thing that I'll show you, I had to take this video because this was too darn funny. Going around murdering people with the prop knife. She's like, yeah, shit my boyfriend too. Get them. I happened to be on the balcony and I saw Michael Myers. He had to walk down and everything. Oh my god. He wasn't just strolling through like he, had nothing else to do. No, very intentional. Oh, this is great. That's the slowest Merc scene ever. Oh, moments like this. So I caught that. And I was just like, yeah, I gotta show this. I gotta show this. So definitely check out this short. Please do like it. Please do blow it up. I will be dropping more shorts and videos over the next couple of days as I have to go through all the all the footage. Duluth is rolled up like it was an NYC subway. uh, it was such the memories, little moments like that were freaking hilarious. And I loved them. And I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So overall, when it comes to MegaCon, and let me see, let me blow myself up. So overall, when it comes to MegaCon, it's flipping huge. It's a huge convention, over 150,000 people, and honestly, that number is probably just going to increase the next year. It is a lot more commercial than I remember than when I was in college, and they had MegaCon like at a hotel. I think it was the Caribe Royale, I think, hotel that they had it at. Um, it is expensive, not gonna lie. It is, however, with conventions like this, these are the ones who are getting these, I would say, extremely popular celebrities. They did run on a loop regularly previews of all the films that are coming out next couple months. Captain America, Brave New World, unfortunately. Superman, of course, How to Train Your Dragon. What else did we see? They didn't show Fantastic Four. Apparently, Andy Serkis is doing some work in Fantastic Four First Steps. Due to an NDA, he couldn't say specifically what. And the IGN guy asked. I'm like, you should know better than that. What else? The Russo brothers movie that they're doing for Netflix that's coming out in March. I'll have a watch party actually for that for members. And let's see, I'm trying to think of what else was on there. But they were all, trailers for movies that are coming out fairly soon. Let's see. Again, the cost. Get your tickets early if you're going to go. Lots of people. Bring your own food. You can't do everything in one day. You are going to have to make some hard choices between, do you want to go to that fan panel, or do you want to see that beloved person from that film that you like, or that reunion panel? Like the Supernatural panel, those folks were lined up 2 hours before the panel was supposed to start. And same deal for Andy Serkis. Same deal for the folks who are from House of Dragon, Fabian Frankel and Matt Smith. What else? What else? San Diego Comic-Con started, not commercial too, hoping MegaCon doesn't go too much further down the same path. Unfortunately, Biergeist, I think that they are. Given the first step towards super commercialization is the fact that they're able to book the Orange County Convention Center. That's like up in the big leagues. I got worried about the Holiday Matsuri moving to the convention center, but they had to because of popularity. It was so big because of the amount of fans that wanted to go. It still had a fan feel, so they moved to the convention center. But they're not really that commercial, even though they had a lot of sponsors and one kick-ass game room. Goodness. Anyway, but because MegaCon is booking not one but two concourses, the North and the South concourses. The fact that it's held in Orlando, especially with all the tourist traffic, it's going to stay a commercial convention from what I can see, and it kind of sucks, but it's too much. It's really too much of a moneymaker right now. And it kind of breaks my heart that it's gone from the fan-produced convention that MegaCon used to be to the commercial juggernaut, that it is now. It really is too crowded. Uh, unless they decide to take over the West Concourse as well. The fact that the date for next year is in the middle of March. That's spring break. So, ugh, it's uh it's sad. Same for the Superman panel. Line started 2 hours before. Yeah, that's like par for the course. Bring a friend in case you got to go run the bathroom. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The old fandom conventions were real. Yes, yeah, they were. They were the ones that you could go to, hang out with your friends, or my favorite at a Dragon Con, and hopefully Dragon Con hasn't run into this problem. Dragon Con, I remember going to Dragon Con and going to one of the bars, and a couple of the stars from Babylon 5 were singing karaoke. That's the kind of that's the kind of stuff from the conventions that I used to go to, like back in the day. And Dragon Con was one of my favorite. Dragon Con, you would see celebrities like go disappear among the fans and they wouldn't know. The last minute they would buy fans drinks and all of that. Some of them would like come through the line, the line where you're waiting to get in. One of them like hid in the line. One of those things that used to happen back in the day. Jed Revan Wolf said, I stopped going to San Diego Comic Con when it got really commercial, and I haven't been in 10 or 15 years or more. I've had some people ask me if I was going to go to San Diego Comic Con. I've never been before. Even when I lived in LA, it I started to see how commercial it was. I'm like, nah, I don't really want to go. Now you have people who, they want to be able to promote their movie in Hall H. That's a thing. Never used to be a thing. So now it's just for the studios to push their movies and everything. Went to Monster Mania one year and waited an hour to see Jamie Kennedy. He and Matthew Lillard were the only celeb left after the con closed. Both of their lines were an hour long. I missed seeing Matthew Lillard, and I was so upset about that. I wasn't able to go on a Friday. I wasn't feeling too well, and I wanted to see Matthew Lillard. From what I see, MegaCon is going down the same path San Diego Comic Con went down, and that's what destroyed it. Yeah, it's a tourist attraction now. That's pretty much it, to pull people in to visit, go to the Comic Con, and while you're at Comic Con, guess what? You can go to Disney World. Oh, speaking of Disney World, do you know that Disney was selling tickets at the Comic Con? Like they literally had a booth on the exhibition floor, dealers. Well, I guess not dealers room anymore, but the exhibition floor, yes, deals for conventioneers, and that is a thing because I've run into people at Disney World where they've come into town for a convention at the Orange County Convention Center, and they went to visit Disney World. So yeah. He had a booth, which makes me wonder. I wonder if Universal. Well, you know what? Universal won't need to have a booth. You want to know why? Because when you go to the convention center, and I should have taken a picture of this, but I was so tired I forgot to. If you are on, I believe, the North Concourse, you can actually see Epic Universe from the concourse. If you walk outside the North or South Concourse, you can not only see Stella Nova and Terra Luna, and you can walk over there, but you also see Helios and you also see Epic Universe. So there's really no need for Universal to sell tickets, although they might. All you have to do is look up at, oh, what's that park over there? You mean we can actually walk to it? Universal might start running some shuttles over there too. I'm just saying. So don't be surprised if next year at MegaCon there's a bigger Universal presence, so to speak. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Singing the old 60s and 70s song in the lobby was so much fun. Yes. Now security would run us off. Yeah. Stop spooking the talent. That's what they would do. Creation and Con and all those other really cool cons that were out in Arizona, they're not here anymore because they got destroyed. The biggest convention we have out here is the gaming one. Yeah, Creation got really big. And between Creation and a couple other ones, they started bidding wars for talent, and that started jacking up prices. And the conventions just again started turning into celebrity petting zoos and missed that, community feel, so to speak. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. You're gonna have to do that next time. Donuts were fun. They were delicious. Upselling that lightning lane. Oh, they were. They were. LOL. Normally I'd say Disney doesn't need the money, but they kind of do though. Yeah, and another thing about this convention, especially when it comes to Universal, the fact of where it is, Disney cannot discount the fact that Epic Universe is in the center of an area that is being revitalized, and it definitely will because of that park. Think about it. You're at your, hotel, you're at Stella Nova, Terra Luna, whatever, and you can walk over to Icon Park. You can go walk to the Red Lobster. You can walk down the street to the Publix. You can walk to some of the other hotels, like there's a Hilton, there's a DoubleTree, mid-priced hotels that are like that. Although the prices may go up with Epic Universe, but still, to be able to be within walking distance instead of having to hop on a Disney bus or take a plane, train, or automobile to get to the Magic Kingdom, and it's not in a bubble. It was a bubble when there wasn't a whole lot else there, but now times have changed. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that works and possibly see what celebrities working on Universal movies show up at MegaCon. Like stars from Jurassic Park. I mean, I'm just saying, Universal partnered with the con. Oh, that's right. They did. I totally forgot about that here, guys. So Universal had a MegaCon night. Basically, what they did, which is kind of like what Orlando Informer does a couple times a year, is that Islands of Adventure was specifically for MegaCon attendees from I think 7 p.m. to midnight officially, but you could get into the park by 4 or something like that. Thank you for reminding me about that. I didn't go because I'm like, I'm an annual pass holder, I'm doing other stuff. Yeah, that's true. That is literally that's all they needed to do. And you could pretty much take an Uber to get over there. You can take an Uber. I think the bus line actually drops over there too, as well. Thank you. I totally forgot about that. I wonder why I blocked. Oh, I blocked it out because I couldn't go. That's why I blocked it out. Considering how bad Captain Falcon movie is, they're going to need the money. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Contrary to what people are saying, Disney needs to be very, very worried. Extremely worried. You got Dog Man out there making money still. So you're saying Universal is bussing? Oh yes, they are definitely bussing for real. For real. All right, folks. Okay, so that's gonna do it for the stream. I know a little bit different than the usual Welcome to Florida, but this is a Florida convention. It's a huge draw. Yet one of those things that, you might want to do if you're in the area. But like I said, MegaCon is going to be back next year in May, right smack dab in the middle of spring break, which means prices are going to be higher. So either way, I enjoyed going despite, my allergies kicking my ass because of it. Hadn't been to a big convention in quite some time. So again, please do go blow up the short I've got out there. I've got out there. I'll have more videos and shorts coming during the week. I have to go through the footage that I got for the convention. I actually got some footage of the voice actor for Master Chief, not Master Cheeks, Master Chief of the Halo games. So I was so glad to go see that because I always wanted to know who was the voice behind the guy who does Master Chief in Halo. So I got that. He's got some great insights about being a voice actor in the video game industry. So you guys are amazing as always. Thank you so much for being here. Tomorrow I will be streaming live from Disney Studios. We are going to be doing a Muppet Vision 3D marathon, which means we are going to go through that attraction as many times as we can. Going to be documenting all of the site props that are around there in I call it the holding tank, but the pre-show, there's so much stuff in there that the pre-show distracts you from all the props. So we're going to have fun going through that and doing that. And of course, again, seeing Muppet Vision 3D as many times as we can. So all of you guys take care. Again, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I would not have been able to go to MegaCon the way that I wanted to without you guys' support of the channel. So I truly do appreciate that. Everyone have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. I'm going to go take some Benadryl. You all take care and stay blessed. Night.